Standing in the shadows of the western wadis near Luxor, archaeologists made a discovery that would shatter everything we thought we knew about ancient Egyptian burial practices. After more than a century of searching, they had finally found what many believed would never be discovered: the lost tomb of Pharaoh Thutmose II, a ruler whose burial site had remained one of Egyptology's greatest mysteries since the discipline began. This wasn't just another tomb discovery. This was archaeological proof that would force scholars to completely reconsider how ancient Egyptian royal burial traditions actually worked. The magnitude of this discovery becomes clear when you understand that Thutmose II ruled Egypt during the height of the New Kingdom, approximately 3,500 years ago. He was the father of Thutmose III, one of Egypt's greatest military pharaohs, and the husband of Queen Hatshepsut, who would become one of Egypt's most powerful female rulers. Yet despite his crucial position in Egyptian history, his final resting place had vanished from human knowledge, becoming one of archaeology's most persistent mysteries. Dr. Piers Litherland, leading the Egyptian-British Archaeological Mission, describes the moment of discovery as unlike anything he had experienced in decades of excavating in Egypt. The tomb entrance, carefully concealed beneath centuries of accumulated sand and debris, revealed itself through ground-penetrating radar that detected anomalies in the bedrock structure. What emerged was not just a burial site, but a window into royal burial practices that mainstream Egyptology had never documented. The location itself challenges conventional understanding of pharaonic burial traditions. While most New Kingdom pharaohs were interred in the famous Valley of the Kings, Thutmose II chose a completely different location in the western Wadis, an area that received little attention from tomb builders of his era. This decision suggests either political necessity or religious significance that historians are only beginning to understand. The implications extend far beyond a single pharaoh's burial choices, potentially revealing hidden aspects of Egyptian royal succession and power dynamics that have remained invisible to modern scholarship. Inside the tomb, archaeologists discovered alabaster jar fragments bearing inscriptions with both Thutmose II's name and that of Queen Hatshepsut, providing the first definitive artifacts ever linked to this pharaoh's actual burial. These inscriptions represent more than simple identification markers. They offer evidence of co-rulership arrangements and royal relationships that Egyptian historical records had obscured or deliberately omitted. The inscriptions use hieroglyphic forms and royal titles that provide new insights into how Egyptian pharaohs understood their own divine authority and succession rights. The tomb's architecture reveals construction techniques that demonstrate the evolution of Egyptian engineering capabilities during the early New Kingdom period. The burial chamber was carved directly from bedrock, using tools and methods that achieved precision rivaling modern machinery. The walls show evidence of mathematical planning that incorporated astronomical alignments and geometric relationships that suggest the tomb builders possessed advanced knowledge of both earthly and celestial mechanics. What makes this discovery particularly extraordinary is the evidence it provides about ancient Egyptian royal burial preparation. The tomb contains chambers that were clearly designed for specific ritual purposes that go far beyond simple body preservation. Chemical analysis of residues found on tomb walls reveals the use of substances that had preservative and possibly consciousness-altering properties. These compounds, including traces of blue lotus and other psychoactive plants, suggest burial rituals that were far more complex and spiritually sophisticated than conventional Egyptology has recognized. The preservation conditions within the tomb have allowed archaeologists to examine organic materials that rarely survive in Egyptian burial sites. Fragments of textiles reveal weaving techniques and dye processes that demonstrate technological capabilities far exceeding what historians had attributed to ancient Egyptian craftsmen. The quality of these materials rivals the finest productions of modern textile industries, achieved using natural processes that we are only beginning to understand. Advanced microscopic analysis of the tomb's construction materials has revealed something even more remarkable. the limestone blocks used in the tomb's construction contain fossil inclusions that match geological formations found hundreds of miles from the burial site. This means the ancient builders specifically selected stones with particular properties, transporting them across great distances for reasons that suggest they understood geological and possibly energetic characteristics of different stone types that modern science is only now beginning to recognize. The tomb's internal layout incorporates astronomical alignments that connect to stellar phenomena visible during Thutmose II's reign. The burial chamber's orientation corresponds precisely to the heliacal rising of specific star groups that held religious significance in ancient Egyptian cosmology. This level of astronomical integration required mathematical calculations and observational capabilities that supposedly didn't exist in the ancient world. Yet here is concrete evidence that ancient Egyptian royal burial practices incorporated cosmic timing with precision that modern astronomers find remarkable. Ground-penetrating radar surveys of the surrounding area have revealed additional underground structures that may represent a much larger complex than initially discovered. These adjacent chambers and passages suggest that what we currently see represents only a fraction of the original burial installation. The complete complex may have included facilities for long-term ritual activities, storage for massive quantities of burial goods, and possibly workshops where the sophisticated materials found in the tomb were actually manufactured. The implications of this discovery extend beyond Egyptian archaeology into our understanding of ancient global civilizations. Similar precision construction techniques and astronomical alignments have been found at megalithic sites across Europe, temple complexes in South America, and ceremonial centers in Asia. The mathematical relationships and geometric principles evident in Thutmose II's tomb appear in architectural traditions separated by thousands of miles and supposedly developed independently. This suggests either remarkable convergent evolution of advanced mathematical concepts or some form of knowledge sharing between ancient civilizations that conventional history has never adequately explained. Chemical analysis of the tomb's atmosphere has detected trace gases that shouldn't exist in a sealed ancient environment. These atmospheric anomalies include elevated levels of negative ions similar to those found near natural electromagnetic phenomena like waterfalls or lightning strikes. The ancient builders seem to have created burial conditions that generated specific atmospheric effects, possibly for preservation purposes or ritual significance that we don't yet understand.
The artifacts discovered within the tomb include items that demonstrate technological capabilities that challenge our assumptions about ancient manufacturing. A walking stick inscribed with Thutmose II's name was crafted from African blackwood, a material so dense and durable that modern craftsmen require specialized tools to work with it. The precision of the carving and the quality of the preservation suggest manufacturing techniques that go far beyond what simple copper and bronze tools should have been able to achieve. Microscopic examination of the tomb's wall paintings reveals pigments that maintain their color intensity after 3,500 years of aging. Modern analysis shows these pigments were created using nanotechnology-level particle size control and chemical binding processes that we assumed were impossible without modern industrial equipment. The ancient Egyptian painters achieved color permanence and vibrancy that modern museum conservators struggle to match using contemporary materials and techniques. The discovery of Thutmose II's tomb has also provided new evidence about ancient Egyptian medical knowledge. Residues found in specialized vessels within the tomb contain compounds that modern pharmaceutical analysis identifies as having specific therapeutic properties. These include natural antibiotics, pain relievers, and substances that appear designed to induce specific altered states of consciousness. The sophistication of these preparations suggests medical and chemical knowledge that far exceeded what we thought possible in the ancient world. Perhaps most intriguingly, the tomb contains evidence of what appears to be ancient Egyptian experimentation with sound and vibration. The burial chamber's dimensions create acoustic properties that amplify certain frequencies while dampening others. When archaeologists tested these acoustic effects, they discovered that specific tones produced resonance patterns that seemed to activate healing responses in human brain chemistry. This suggests that ancient Egyptian burial practices may have incorporated acoustic healing techniques that modern medicine is only beginning to explore. The tomb's construction timeline presents another mystery that challenges conventional understanding of ancient Egyptian building capabilities. Based on tool marks and construction evidence, the entire complex appears to have been completed in approximately 18 months. This represents a construction pace that would be remarkable even with modern equipment and planning capabilities. The coordination required to achieve this timeline suggests project management and workforce organization skills that equal or exceed modern large-scale construction projects. Recent satellite imagery analysis of the broader Luxor region, conducted using technology not available to previous generations of Egyptologists, has revealed geometric patterns that connect Thutmose II's tomb to other royal burial sites across distances of several kilometers. These alignments incorporate mathematical relationships that appear intentional rather than coincidental. The ancient Egyptian royal burial program seems to have followed a master plan that spanned multiple reigns and incorporated landscape-scale geometric principles that we're only now beginning to recognize. The discovery has also shed new light on the relationship between Thutmose II and Queen Hatshepsut, one of ancient Egypt's most fascinating royal partnerships. Evidence within the tomb suggests their co-rulership was far more extensive and collaborative than traditional Egyptian historical accounts indicate. Inscriptions found in the burial chambers describe shared royal responsibilities and joint decision-making processes that challenge assumptions about ancient Egyptian gender roles and political structures. Analysis of the tomb's security systems reveals ancient Egyptian anti-theft measures that were far more sophisticated than simple door sealing and curse inscriptions. The tomb builders incorporated multiple false passages, hidden chambers, and structural traps designed to protect the burial from intrusion. These security measures required engineering knowledge that demonstrates ancient understanding of structural mechanics, weight distribution, and materials science that rivals modern security architecture. The preservation conditions within the tomb have allowed for unprecedented analysis of ancient Egyptian embalming and mummification practices. Residues found throughout the burial chambers reveal chemical processes that achieved preservation results superior to modern embalming techniques. The ancient Egyptian embalmers used natural compounds that not only prevented decay, but actually strengthened and improved the structural integrity of organic materials over time. What we found in Thutmose II's tomb represents just the beginning of a larger investigation into advanced ancient civilizations. Each artifact, each inscription, each architectural detail points toward capabilities and knowledge that force us to completely reconsider what human civilizations achieved thousands of years ago. The evidence suggests that our ancestors possessed sophisticated understanding of mathematics, astronomy, chemistry, medicine, and engineering that we assume developed only in the modern era. The atmospheric analysis of the tomb has revealed something even more extraordinary. The ancient burial chamber maintains temperature and humidity levels that remain constant regardless of external weather conditions. This environmental stability was achieved without any mechanical systems, using only the geometric properties of the chamber design and the thermal characteristics of the selected building materials. Modern green building techniques are only now developing methods that approach this level of passive environmental control. The tomb's wall decorations include astronomical charts that accurately predict celestial events that occurred decades after Thutmose II's death. These predictions required mathematical modeling capabilities that supposedly didn't exist in the ancient world. The charts show eclipses, planetary alignments, and stellar movements with precision that modern astronomers find remarkable for observations made with supposedly primitive instruments. Investigation of the tomb's construction materials has revealed evidence of ancient Egyptian quality control processes that match or exceed modern industrial standards. Each stone block was selected and shaped to tolerances measured in fractions of millimeters. The joining techniques created seals so tight that modern precision instruments struggle to detect the boundaries between individual blocks. This level of quality control required organizational systems and technical expertise that suggests ancient Egyptian civilization was far more sophisticated than conventional history indicates. The discovery of Thutmose II's tomb has opened new avenues of research that promise to revolutionize our understanding of ancient Egyptian civilization. Every analysis reveals additional layers of sophistication and knowledge that force archaeologists to expand their concepts of what was possible in the ancient world. The implications extend far beyond Egyptology into our fundamental understanding of human capability and achievement. This investigation continues as researchers work to decode the remaining secrets hidden within the tomb complex. Each new analysis reveals additional evidence that our ancestors achieved levels of technological and scientific sophistication that challenge everything we thought we knew about ancient civilizations. The story of Thutmose II's tomb is ultimately the story of human achievement that transcends time and continues to inspire wonder about the remarkable capabilities of our species throughout history.